guys, welcome back to Cormorant Roasters. Thanks for joining us. So most home roasting enthusiasts like to use the Arabica bean for their specialty coffee. What I've decided to do today is roast two 500-gram batches of the Robusta bean. I've managed to get some Robusta in from Vietnam. This is grade AA, which just means it's a really large bean. So Robusta is renowned for having a very high bitterness, a very low acidity. It's got double the amount of caffeine, very high in antioxidants, but it's not really renowned for being drunken on its own. It's used to bulk out cheaper grinds and instant coffee, and sometimes they add it to Italian roasts just to have that little bit extra crema and body. But on its own, it's got a very bitter taste. So I'm going to try and extract a couple of other flavors out of this bean, hopefully something along the lines of a chocolatey flavor or a nutty flavor. I'm going to be doing my roasting today on the CR600E. One of the roasts will be a medium roast or a city roast, and one of the roasts will be a medium to dark roast or a Vienna roast. I'm going to have the artisan up on this screen. I'm going to be using K-type probes. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be sampling both of these coffees, and I will let you know what I think. All right, let's get started. So as you can see, the city roast is well on its way. I've charged it at 180 degrees Celsius, which is a good temperature for 500 grams. So it's starting to crack now. And because I'm going for the city roast, I'm wanting to bring that bean out just coming up to the end of first crack. So the bean will be a nice chocolatey brown, nice and smooth, no oil migration. So you can just hear first crack starting there, popping. I'm just going to turn it down slightly, only because I don't want there to be a bit of a runaway. I'd like to prefer to just prolong first crack. There we go. You can hear we're probably coming up to the end of first crack. I don't want to push it much further because I want there to be quite a big contrast between the medium roast and the medium to dark roast. So that looks pretty good to me. I'm just going to switch the fans up. So the first batch of beans is out. They look great. We're ready to put the next batch in. I want to charge at about 200 degrees Celsius because we're going that little bit further into second crack. So I'm going to... So as you can hear, we're just finishing up on first crack. I don't think it'll be long until we get to second. I have switched the heating down, hoping just to prolong that whole process. For the Vienna roast, you're wanting to take the bean out in the beginning of second crack, so you don't go into a French roast or something like that, too dark. I want dark reddish to dark brownish on the bean and a little bit of oil migration, but not an entirely oily bean. At the end of these roasts, it's very important to empty out the chaff chamber because this is a very high chaff, high oil content bean. So just from a safety point of view, it's smart just to make sure that that's emptied after each roast. All right, let's take a look. Yep, we've got a pretty dark bean there. I think it's ready. You can hear that second crack. It has a different sound from first crack. Okay, hang on one second. Okay, so that's both roasts done. As you can see, there is quite a contrast between the two beans. This here is our city roast, and over here is our Vienna roast. I will give them 4 days just to settle and degas, and then I will make 2 espressos, and I'll let you know how they taste. As it stands now, this one smells young and a little bit woody, and this one smells old and very ashy, but that's about right for an espresso anyway. But I won't judge them until we put them into an espresso glass. Okay, let's see how we go. So welcome back. It's been 4 days since we did the Robusta roast. I'm about to make 2 espressos, 1 of each bean, and let's see how they come out. Okay, so I've done 2 extractions, one for the dark roast and one for the medium roast. They have both come out quite interesting. As you can see, this is the dark roast, and it's come out with quite a lot of crema. But then the medium roast has come out with even more. That has a nice smell to it, actually, quite smooth. And although it's quite strong, it's quite a nice bold flavor. I can see why they add this to an Italian blend. It definitely adds a bit of body. Like I said, it's quite strong on its own, but smooth enough. So that was the medium roast. This is the dark roast. That has a much stronger smell to it than the medium roast. Also smooth, actually. If I were to add one of these to a Italian espresso blend, it would be the medium roast. There's a slight tinge of chocolate to that, whereas this one definitely has a more earthy flavor. Yeah, okay. So both of those have actually come out surprisingly good. Well, that's the end of our video. That concludes our roasting and tasting of the Robusta bean. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and I hope you enjoyed it.